the enemy couldn't take Jesus. It talks about in 1 Peter 2. He was led like a sheep to the slaughter because he already knew. He already decided. He understood his mission. He understood his call. We have to be a people that rule in judgment. One translation said we have to be, his leaders will carry out justice. His leaders will carry out what? Justice. So I looked up judgment. The word judgment means, or justice in some translations, is an ordinance. I mean, there's an ordinance given to the church. Come on now, y'all know it's an ordinance given to the church. New Testament, the new covenant, is a what? Ordinance to us. It's a manner. It's the way a person behaves. That's another word for judgment. Sounds a whole lot different from our English word. Am I right? We thought it was going to be scud missiles, doom and gloom bombs, something catastrophic. Am I right? No. It means something that is lawful. It's based upon order. Something that the church don't know much about. We don't have order. Am I right? And the reason why we don't have order, the reason why the ordinance doesn't have its rightful place in our heart, the reason why our mannerisms are off is because our decision making is off. We should be bright. We should be so, not necessarily intellectual, but astute in our decision making. We should be able to decide and stick to a decision, because that is a part of rule. Being of a sound mind. Remember he said we received this, not the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. We should have a sound mind. Our judgment should be clear, because I'm telling you, right now we're in the palace, but God wants to extend us. We're training for reigning in the church, and everything that's in our sphere is cultivating an ability for us to reign, a level of dignity and royalty. We think that we're coming on Wednesdays and Sundays and just going through the motions. No, because there is something, some of us going to sleep on it. I'm going to stay awake. It's a long, drawn-out process because we're waiting on others to awake. Because it's going to be a corporate sound. It's not just going to be a church. It's not just going to be a movement. It's not just going to be something that's taught. It's not going to be somebody who's a mainstream preacher, somebody that you like to hear from. It's going to be a corporate sound. We're going to talk about that. It means to set things right. We can't set things right until we get right. Remember, not Jesus, but Paul, when he wrote to the church in Corinth, on the backdrop, talking about we don't walk after the flesh. I mean, we don't war after the flesh, though we walk in the flesh. Then he started talking about the strongholds, but that 6th verse, he says what? Having readiness to revenge what? All disobedience when what? When your obedience is fulfilled. That's what God is waiting on. Our obedience to be fulfilled. When the word is authentic to us, when it's meaningful to us, when we have a desire for the things of God and not just going through the motions. So there's a standard that has to be raised. Go to Isaiah 13. I wasn't going to use this. I kind of contemplated it, but I don't know if you guys can stomach it, and I don't know if those that are watching it, but I know what I'm going to say about it. Isaiah 13. I like this. It's deep stuff, but it's Wednesday night. Amen. The message of, that's the Message Bible. Step away from the screen. King Jimmy. There you go. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, you might be on to something though. The son of Amos did see. Verse 2. Go back to 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. In other words, Isaiah had some insights on the judgment, the impending judgment coming against Judah. Babylon was God's tool against Judah. Y'all know that, right? But how many know Babylon, the burden of Babylon is not just necessarily a historical nation? How many know there's a burden against Babylon now in the church? Confusion. Am I right? Babylon means, one of the words means the gate of God, but it means to be confusing. Verse 2. Lift up what? A banner upon what? High mountain. Exalt the voice of them. Shake the hand. Be in agreement. The right hand of fellowship. That they may go into the gates of nobles. Who are you talking about? Historically, it was the Mede-Persians that was coming up. The Persian is coming up against them. I think it was Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus, them coming up to demolish the stronghold. But prophetically, it's talking about a people. It's going to lift up the banner. That word banner is standard. It means to have core values, to have convictions on a high mountain. Anybody in here? Okay. Exalt the voice unto them. Unto them, so it's not a voice. They're exalting their voice. They're exalting their voice. Shake the hand. Covenant. We're in agreement. Shaking your hands is an agreement. That we may go into the gates of the nobles so that we can go into where the enemy has held things captive. All right, let me hurry up. Verse 3. And I have commanded my sanctified ones. Amplified really talks about the Persians. Cyrus now. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from my anger, even them that rejoice in my exaltation, me being lifted up. Not enamored with their gift, their talent, their anointing. We got to have him exalted. Because Jesus Christ is Lord. He said, I commanded my sanctified ones. Anybody in here sanctified? Okay. Anybody in here mighty? By birth, you're sanctified. You're mighty by birth. Verse 4, I think they said. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. Sound like Joel's a great people. They're going to execute his word. Am I right? It's going to be a great people. I believe the great people are apostolic prophetic people. Great is the company of them that publish his word. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of the nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth. Well, that's a word. The host of the battle. Y'all know what that means? We got work to do. While we still trying to figure out simple stuff. We haven't been up in the mountains figuring out and trying to discover what God has commissioned us to do. We're still trying to figure out simple stuff. We're still dealing with strife and contention and jealousy and bitterness and all these other immature, I almost heard the word imbecile. it is, pretty much. These temperaments, negative vibes. But we need to get to a point where we can say, God, I want to carry out your justice. And the reason why I can carry it out because I submitted to it. Folks just want to rule, but they won't want to be ruled. We want to stand up for God, but he can't stand up in us. So we just sit back and hear all these great things that God calling us to and not knowing he's calling you to it. Yeah, that's just a pastor. He's just over there talking. I was sharing this with Dr. Duwani and Prophet Bob Smith. I said, told him I was going to be teaching on it tonight. And I told him to pray for me. He said, man, that whole chapter, people relegated for something in our future. It's for people that's now in the earth, that are maturing, that are growing up into the head in all things, who are done away with all the ordinances, the bylaws, and the creeds of a fallen system that's been obsolete. But the people who are willing to go on to perfection, the people that understand that the path of the just stands more and more into a perfect day. Those are not just buzzwords. I believe it. I tell myself that I am on the path of the just, and I believe that path should get brighter and brighter day by day. One translation says day by day. if he daily loads me with benefit, because that's what his word says too, and if my outward man is perishing and my inward man being renewed day by day, something should be happening daily. Then he taught us to say and pray, give us today our daily bread. Okay, help me out. And we act like we on welfare. Am I right? We act like, because we got this better mentality, and we haven't understood we're in the palace. We're ruling. That's our goal. But you got to rule in your sphere. Jerusalem, Judea, and the uttermost parts. We can't even bring our bodies under. How are we going to set people free from all the degradation that we see out there on TV? We have a generation that tattooing, cutting themselves up, and we can't execute any. I'm going to get ahead of myself. We can't execute nothing because we have not submitted to it. And we're going to mess around and be like those guys over there in Acts 19. When that one guy they said it was an exorcist. Remember the guy that was an exorcist? He just going to pick up the names. The exorcists, what they do, it's formulas. If you look it up in the Greek, it means the person that has formulas. We got all these formulas. And then he said he tried to execute the power of Paul and Jesus. Remember? And then the Spirit said, you know what? Paul I know and Jesus I know, but who the heck are you? He said that not the Spirit, but the man jumped on him. We have a whole denomination that said when somebody get delivered, everybody got to get out of the sanctuary. No, the man, not the Spirit, jumped on him. Jesus.